There's a beauty of being in a relationship because relationship is a reflection of the society, culture, and civilization. My name is Ken Shalimone. I'm a member of the Camwood Club, and today in studio with me is
a young Jose. Today we are going to be talking about relationships and the crisis that come with it.
Being in Kamwood, we are already creating a relationship. We are becoming family, more and more friendly. We have cultural diversity, even despite the fact that we come from the same country, because in Cameroon, there are more than 260 ethnic groups. With all these things put together, then I ask myself, how do we manage ourselves and our time to be able to understand one another, coupled with the other people that we've met from different countries and with different cultural backgrounds? Easiest way you can relate with a partner or a friend or a boyfriend is when there is that means of communication, when there is that ease at which the two of you can communicate. I think you have more light to draw on this.
Communication is actually primordial in a relationship, be it girlfriend, boyfriend relationship, like you rightly said. And I think in communicating, you need to express yourself freely. Today, we are blessed with modern communication of information and technology. We have cell phones, we have Facebook, you can send emails, you can send text messages through your phone.
In the freedom of expression in a relationship, it goes to another point, which means like you have to listen to that person who is talking to you, and that person you are talking to also have to listen to you. Because when you are passing a message across and there is no connection, there is not a point where you and me we agree on what we are talking about. It means there is no relation, that we don't relate, because there have to be that point where no matter what I'm saying to you, see, one of the good things I always tell people is it doesn't matter what the other person is telling you. It doesn't matter what your wife or your boyfriend or your friend is telling you. The thing is, be it good or bad, you have to listen. Listen, assimilate what he's trying to say, get a whole sense out of it, and from the sense that you get out of it, then you'll be able to relate with that person by responding to the person's request.
Most of the times, we parents, we think that our kids don't have a say. If I take myself back to Cameroon, that is the culture of Cameroon, we think that we should always dictate to the kids. But here in this culture, we have learned that, children have a say. That of course takes us to respect, because if you can listen to the other person, then it shows some respect and the person gathers some self-esteem.
And you are very correct what you just said. But the thing is, another thing I would like to throw a little bit of light on that specific aspect of listening to the kids is the fact that sometimes some of these African parents, when they don't listen to their kids, I don't really think it's because they don't respect them or they don't give them that chance to be able to express themselves with what they want. It goes with this aspect of limitation. They are limited. You see, the means of living, the kids' demand might not be up to this means of living for that specific family. The means of living back in Cameroon is very different with the means of living back in the US. But that notwithstanding, it doesn't mean we should not give these kids our ears. We have to give them our ears, and if we don't have that means of supporting their demands, there should be a way that we are able to communicate that information to them, where there will be an understanding, where they will understand that, okay, the reason why dad or mom is not able to provide what I am asking for right now is because the means are not there, because we are limited, and we just have to live within our means.
And so we need to always narrow ourselves down and listen to these kids and get what they say. And then if we have to advise them, we can advise them.
There should be that element of trust where the parent will be able to trust the children, and the children also will have to trust the parent. And then even as friends, even as husbands and wives, even as boyfriends and girlfriends, there should be that element of trust. And how does this relate when it comes to relationship? No relationship is ever strong when there is no trust. When I don't trust you and you don't trust me, that relationship is built on shallow waters. it can never stand strong. And when we trust one another, and again, build our trust not only on ourselves, and then relate it to God in our life.
Trust will bring love in that relationship. Be it the parent-child relationship, boy-girl relationship, mother or kids relationship, everything, you know, this whole concept interweaves wonderfully well when it's done rightly.
And just as it says, he who giveth, taketh, and to whom much is given, much is expected. Because this is what I'm trying to talk about. When we talk of this aspect of love in a marriage, say for example, a man who is married to a woman, how do you express your love to that woman? Or how does that woman express her love to that man? The expression of this love is not only by the amount of gift that this man showers on the woman, or vice versa. It has to be by what is in the mind. Because for me, when I talk of this aspect of love, I don't measure it in quantity, I measure it in quality.
Infidelity in marriages, this is what really destroys relationships in that context. Because once a man is distracted and starts looking at girls from left to right, he doesn't give the love that is needed, that is required to the wife. And this causes a lot of problems.
You are very correct. And when you talk of the sensitivity of women, it's just like we say men are very jealous. Though most men, they hide their jealousy.
Women are very sensitive. Because once you start playing those little games, they know it.
This takes me back to a little bit of a quotation that I believe so much is, and I use it most of the time when I talk to people. I say, believe only half of what you see and nothing that you hear. Because hearsay is one thing that has destroyed so many relationships, be it boyfriend or girlfriend, be it husband or wife, be it brothers or sisters, or just be it regular friends.
In a relationship where there is good communication, where you can listen to the other person, where you respect the other person as an individual, where it builds trust, and of course love sets in. All of this is just to help us to live a more fulfilled life, because it doesn't pay.
That's true.
When we fail in our love relationship.
When we're talking of relationship here, it's not only about a man and a woman. It's not only about a husband and a wife. It's not only a boyfriend and a girlfriend relationship. It's about even friends, co-workers, people you work with, people you see daily, people you come across on the street, even like us, members of Kamwood today, and even as ex-students of different associations. For example, coincidentally today, I'm talking on the stage here right now with my friend Jose. We all went to PHS Combat together. We are all classmates.
While others are celebrating in their relationship, some people are struggling to cope in that same relationship. What then are some of the causes that lead to crisis in a relationship? We shall take a little bit of time to analyze a few of these causes. There could be more, but we'll leave it up to you. Poor communication, self-interest, infidelity in relationship, and what? Indifference in relationship.
And when you face any of these aspects, any of these points that my humble friend Jose has just mentioned, and you let this control your relationship, it breaks. It breaks completely. Try not to let these bad aspects be the master of your relationship. Let that love, that trust, that happiness, that peace, which brought the two of you together, continue to reign in your life for the sake of the love and a trustworthy relationship.
Let me take poor communication. Let me take the example of the husband-wife relationship in the household. What happens? There are usually differences, either differences in ideas or whatever. Usually, because of poor communication, one of either party retrogrades and stays on his or her corner, thinking that he has the better side of the idea. Usually that conflict, you know, the man says, okay, this is man ego, I will not talk to her because she thinks that she knows more than me. The woman just says, okay, if you don't want to talk, I will stay on my side. There's no communication. Trouble sets in. And plenty of things can happen when there's no communication. The man might want to go out where he can feel comfortable to communicate. And you don't want. Because when a man meets a woman who can communicate better with him, your relationship is in big trouble. You can end up leaving the house.
Communication being the key of a relationship, and for all those bad things that my humble friend and presenter here, Jose, has just mentioned, do you really want to allow these aspects to control your relationship? Do you want this aspect to be the master of your marriage? Definitely not. Do you want this aspect to be the master of your relationship between your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your girlfriend? Definitely not. Ladies and gentlemen, you should not allow them to control your relationship. This is the more reason why we advocate for communication. And that communication is not only between the husband and the wife. It's not only between the boyfriend and the girlfriend. In that family of marriage, it's between the husband, the wife, and the children. Because when the husband does not communicate perfectly well, when the communication does not flow between the husband and the wife, what happens? The children, they face the crisis. There wouldn't be that situation where the mom or the dad will be able to help the child. Take, for example, a family relationship where there is poor communication between the husband and the wife. The kids are about to go to school in the morning. That means the kids have to separately say to mom, have a good day, and to dad, have a good day. Why can't it be in a family? Because you want that family to be together. When they come back from school, it will be difficult for that dad to stand and say, the moment the wife is there helping the daughter, and the dad's help is needed in a field which he is stronger, just because the wife is there, the dad will not go closer. At night, when you guys are in bed, the dad is sleeping in the front, the mom is sleeping in the back, the dad is turning and facing the other way, and the mom is facing the other way. How does that help? It destroys that home.
If the women too take their own aim and look outside, the man is in trouble. Because men, we are very jealous. We jealous just a lot. And if a woman happens to cheat outside because you are not showing much interest, you're not showing the interest that you're supposed to give to your wife, that's a whole problem. So communication here is key.
Misunderstanding will always happen in every relationship, but the key and the master to break that misunderstanding is when you simply use this simple word, but very, very strong and important: sorry. That word alone create a whole huge difference in the relationship.
The husband is in the United States and the wife is in Cameroon. And instead of keeping your wife in touch, you don't bother, you just live your life and you keep her in the cold. What happens? Nobody is a stick. Everybody wants love. And if you don't show love to your wife, you can imagine the outcome. She can start doing funny things there, thinking that you are doing funny things here. So you need to communicate. You need to bridge that gap and connect with your partner.
Really important to try to bridge that gap, because if you don't bridge that gap, what happens? Chaos set in, and from chaos, disaster, and disaster, heartbreaks, separation, and separation, you start thinking of separating the kids. I have to take this, you have to take this, or you have to pay child support. Why do you have to be paying money for children? Is that money worth that child?
Indifference in the future of the relationship. You see, most of us get into relationships without actually defining the raison d'etre of the relationship. What happens? We just get into it. We don't make clear what our opinions are as to how the relationship should go. You know, if you go to Facebook, you see some people put, it is complicated. It means they've been in this relationship for 5-10 years and the boy is not saying anything. Every woman wants a man, married man. You know, just being in a relationship, boy, girl, is not enough. Every woman wants to get married. And now when you stay this long, their status becomes, it is complicated because the man does not want to talk. And now, when you don't talk, when you don't make your intentions clear in this relationship, what happens? She starts looking outside. Infidelity sets in. And before you realize, she's no longer with you. So, you need to make your intentions clear. If you want to get married to this person, make the person know that I will get married to you.
Every relationship has a problem. But the question is, how do you solve that problem to continue with that relationship? To make that relationship to flow. When you went to church, taking this woman and sitting with this woman in the altar, and you said, till death do us part. Did you really mean it? Or were you just saying it for the sake of it?
Now, for people who take the decision to say, get married back home in Cameroon, and you're here in the US, that's expensive, but that's your choice.
One aspect that I've known that have broken so much relationship in this world is this issue of money. Money, money, money. Please, don't make it to be the key of your family union. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very wonderful pleasure talking to you people tonight, and we really do appreciate the fact that you took the time to listen to us. Remember, we are not masters of this, we are just sharing our opinion. We are looking for your opinion, we are waiting for your comments. Go to Kamwood.com, post your comment, go to YouTube, search for Kamwood, post your comments, ask us whatever questions you can. If we are able to answer them, we'll answer them for you. At this time, call it off right now. I've been your humble host, Ken Shalimone.
And I am Jose. Thanks for listening, and we're waiting for your comments. If you want to participate in our program, you're welcome.
What the hell are you doing in my home? Today is Sunday. It's not work day. What are you doing here?
My roommate, when she went to the bank, and couldn't cash the check.
And so what? Did you go to the bank the time I gave you the check?
There's insufficient funds in your account.
Look at somebody who doesn't even have an ID to go to the bank to cash money. You start telling me your check bounced.
Last time you gave us a bounce check, now you're going to give another bounce check.
Cannot be true. I cannot give you a check and you tell me bounce.
You know that I'm the only son. I can't let my father stay in the mortuary for days, weeks.
What's that supposed to mean to me?
Give me the money cash.
I can understand. You keep on bringing this kind of tricks in order for me to be paying you cash. Forget about it.